Well, the 24th Infantry Regiment was one of the first regiments to go to Fort Benning. They were a black regiment back in the days of the segregated army. They were important to Fort Benning because they represented some level of diversity in an otherwise segregated area. Their job was to perform demonstration events, to be demonstration troops for officers going through training. The 29th was the white regiment, the 24th was the black. Together, in more or less separate ways, they demonstrated soldierly skills so the officers could learn.
They would use us sometimes for practicing maneuvers and things like that, and we would go on maneuver with some of the officers. A lot of them got their training through us, really.
The 24th Infantry Regiment, they came here September 1922, and they were assigned here. Well, little did they know they was going to be here for 20 consecutive years. They were a segregated unit. They were one of the 4 original Buffalo Soldier units. You had the 9th and 10th Cavalry, you had the 24th and 25th Infantry Regiments. They constructed from that time up to probably the 1930s, 80% of present-day Fort Benning.
I joined the Army at 15 years old. 15, and I didn't have anything at home. I was on the field one day marching in Japan. It was very cold. They sent a Jeep for me. And I got in the Jeep and it took me to personnel and said, how old are you? I said, I'm 18. He said, don't you lie to me. And he got up like he wanted to engage in some fisticuff. I told him the truth. He said, you want to go home? I said, no, sir.
Our nickname, Buffalo Soldier, was named Buffalo Soldier by the Indians, and they would call that because we fought like a wounded animal. We never stopped fighting.
But we did have a lot of problems when we come down through Alabama because we got to Birmingham. Well, those little aides and nurses and things, they would come out there with donuts, great big baskets full of donuts to give to soldiers, potential soldiers. But when we came down there and they saw all of us black boys, they ran back in the station. And they sent the MPs out there for us.
There were some problems, not many, but we got some, we was appreciated in some ways we were not, you know. Some ways we were not, but it was being what it was at that time, the way it is, you know. You learn to cope with certain conditions.
We spearheaded the 25th Division. They put us out front. I guess they were trying to get rid of us, but we're here today. We fooled them. We took our objectives. We're the only unit that had a bayonet charge and took the objective. And that happened in September 1951.
It's unfortunate that a lot of the members that I knew, that I never was able to find them and to let them know what we had, because it was a joy to meet comrades.
To read the article that they wrote themselves, you would see that they did tell the truth about them getting more details than anybody else and things like that, but they did it in such a way that did not diminish the integrity of the unit. They did not want to be perceived as whiners, so they would state these things in a manner that's professional, and yet they got it done.